Good morning, hello, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 21st of July. Now I am here with my big boy Sprocket. Sophie's outside somewhere, so hopefully she's not going to bark today and she's going to sleep because it's been raining outside, so they're both pretty weary. So I'll just close my eyes, we'll get started and we'll see what comes up. First up, I'm getting England. England, things are unfolding nicely over there. We know they're rolling out the agenda globally. So England, you're no exception. I do feel like there's a bit of movement, the changing of the guard in England. I know you can relate to that saying. There's definitely a changing of the guard coming and it's going to come quick. And as we know, people are filling up their pockets. This is all about money when it comes to the agenda. Everybody's filling up their pockets. These wealthy and elites are always filling up their pockets. So there might be a few pay rises even in England. Yes, like all the parliamentary leaders here in Australia who just gave themselves a huge pay rises. I'll see where else we go. It's showing me the leader that's going to take over in England. They're stepping off the curb. Oh God, they're stepping off before the lights change. Before the light goes green and tells you to walk, they're stepping off. So they already know they've got it. So they're already stepping off. They're crossing that street to their new position. So that's what I keep saying. This is all an agenda that's playing out. They know they've got it. Whoever it is, they're already crossing the street to their new position. So that's all been planned out. I'm just going to have some tea. It's cold here today. I'm definitely getting that the person knows. Maybe we get on and look at some of their body language, those people who are running in England, taking over from Boris, because we might be able to tell a bit from their body language, but I think that person already knows who they are. And then it's just a matter of going through the process. You know, it's like ticking the boxes. It's like government positions and things. You've got to go through the process and let other people apply. But even though there's no point to it all, it's just a waste of everybody's time. But they've already stepped off. They're on their way. I'll see what else we got. Oh, I got it the other day. The sharks are circling. They're ready to pounce. These interest rate rises, that's what I'm getting, interest rate rises. I keep saying August is going to be the month that the housing market's going to plummet. The interest rate rises are really going to start coming now because that's the best way to cool people and it's the best way to make them hit rock bottom is to because what you got to remember too is your home is your haven. So the home is a really important structure to people. So if you can hit that hard, then they break down fast and it means that they become dependent on government. And we know that's what they're doing with their global reset. They're wanting to downsize everybody, have them all living in these corporatized buildings and flats and units and things like that. And we know they're going to come and sweep in and start to take over all the property, the land. It's a big agenda, but we know this is kind of where it's all headed. So they're going to start, I did say in August, they're going to start hitting a lot of these rate rises and big rate rises. They're not going to be tiny little ones. They're going to be big now. The jumps are going to be really big to the point that it's going to really shock people. As I said, there's going to be a lot of for sale signs, but sadly, even when people put the for sale sign out, it's going to be a competitive market now. So people are going to really sort of work at getting the prices down and getting the houses cheaper because they know they can because people are desperate to sell. So that's what's going to start happening. That's what's going to bring that market down. And people are still going to have these ginormic loans and they're going to have, see, it's that equity. It's the equity, that people aren't going to have, but they're still paying off this huge loan. But now the equity isn't there. Their houses aren't going up in value. They're decreasing in value. And we know that homes pretty much have been a good asset over time, but not in the reset agenda. I don't think moving forward that really that's going to be a great investment. I keep saying that. I mean, you want to have a roof over your head if you own your home. That's a real bonus. But gosh, a lot of people don't own their homes. That's quite common. I'll just see where else we go with this today. Oh, and I've just got to also say, Shirley, thanks for sharing with me the Jim Carrey comparison of Trudeau's new haircut there in Canada. I did laugh. God, I laughed at that. That's exactly what he's like, isn't he? Of Dumb and Dumber. He's just, oh. So thank you, Shirley, for sharing that. I did find that very funny. It was good for a laugh yesterday. I'll see where else we go with this. I'm getting like people are crying out for relief. People are really crying now. And I don't mean literally crying. Well, some could be literally crying. But they're showing me people with tissues like kneeling down. And they're doing that. It's like the praying, like, please somebody do something. Like, people are going under. People's businesses are still going under. People can't pay wages. People can't meet their bills. They're trying to run cars. They're still got families. They're still trying to feed their kids. People are crying for help now. And sadly, this is what government wanted. We know they wanted it. They wanted people to just hit rock bottom so that they could look at their government to save them. And we know that's the whole agenda the whole time. So people reach up and then government can just lend them a hand and pull them out of their big, terrible financial dilemma. Ugh. But a lot of people are really starting to really crash now and hit that rock bottom, which isn't a bad thing. I always talk about when people hit rock bottom, sometimes that's when they come into their own strength and power, like a lot of us here. A lot of us have been through dark nights, soul, depression, all sorts of things, and we've hit rock bottom, but we've grown and evolved into who we are now, today, and it's taken us to a different place. So sometimes it's not all negative, but I'm definitely getting this people breaking down and like tears, and because, and it's that they're not seeing any light in their future. All they're seeing is doom and gloom and misery, which we know that they are. We're 3 years in and they're still getting jabbed and they've still got crap coming at them endlessly. And now they're feeling, they're sort of on their knees, just thinking, how do I get out of this mess and this situation? And that wouldn't be easy. It's been hard enough when we saw all the stuff coming towards us. It's been challenging to navigate, but we have. I keep saying that. We have to keep all our hope alive because we've navigated this for 3 years. We're not going to give up now. I'll just see where else we go. Oh, I always talk on this channel about us being time travelers and how we go back to our parts of our old life and we take the joy from that and move it forward, and then we keep moving into our future. So we are like these time travelers. But I'm getting this, I get a lot of songs on here, guys, so bear with me because it's about vibration. I'm getting the time warp from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let's do the time warp again. So I think what we can take from this is that I'm getting this image of like everything feels very warped at the moment. And the other day I talked about that picture, The Scream. If anyone knows that painting, it's like this warped image of a person screaming like that. And I'm getting this time warp and it's all warped. Like, and this is what it's kind of showing me. This is for us, if you're watching my channel. It's like the last 3 years have been very warped. We've kind of gone in and out of things and it was a blur, and you think, looking back, you can hardly remember some of these things, but there's something about this doing the time warp. But now we're free. Like, it's really weird, isn't it? It's like we had to go through all this. It's almost showing me like if you go to a show, such as we have a show here called Luna Park. You might have other things, like you go to a show and they have these little fun houses where you go into, and they've got all the funny mirrors that make you look all fat, or you can look really skinny, and then you go up and down bridges and they have air blowing up and down and different things like that it has all these fun activities. It's usually called Little Fun House. Well, this is kind of what I'm getting for you guys watching my channel. It's like we went into this park to have a really fun time, and then everything sort of went south, and we found ourselves not on Ferris wheels or anything fun like that. We ended up in this like fun house, which parts of it probably weren't fun, but we had to go through all this like time warp and around and on these spinning circles, and it was like a journey for us the last 3 years is what they're kind of saying. But we've come out the other side and managed to free ourselves and find joy and happiness again. And that's why I'm getting that time warp. We've found a way out of this time warp, because it's like we're in a different reality now, and maybe these people waking up are going through their current sort of time warp. But I'm definitely getting that song from Rocky Horror Picture Show, so go and check that out. We'll see if there's any messages in that, if anybody thinks of anything, or tell me your reactions to that song down below, because I love hearing from you guys, and we all get different reactions, don't we, when we go and play things. Oh, but a lot of us too, that was part of our growing up too, those songs from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you're too young to know what that is, maybe look it up. It was very bizarre, and it was very abstract for the time that it came out. Probably not nowadays, because we've got a lot of this transgender and well, according with the reset, we've got this transhumanism that's currently going on, so maybe that is appropriate. It's like the time warp, we've sort of taken that part and now it's actually coming to fruition, which is kind of strange. But I do get very strange things on here, but you guys seem to understand where I'm coming from, so go and play that song today. I'll see if there's any final messages today. I'm getting this message for some reason, and maybe because we just talked about the scream. The guides are saying for us not to scream. We don't need to scream. We don't need to scream from the rooftops. Wake up, everybody. You can't. How can you not see this rubbish? We don't need to scream it out. They're seeing it. We just have to sit back. They're showing us again on these beautiful big deck chairs, and maybe we're back on Terabella Island, like Gilligan's Island I was talking about yesterday, and we're drinking our coconut cocktails. We just need to sit back. We have to just let this unfold, because it's unfolding nicely. The awakening process is going very, very well. And we don't need to scream or shout or draw attention to ourselves. We just need to sit back. I often talk about us all being the mirror to these people who are waking up, because so many of them were lied to on such a large scale, but we mirror back to them the truth. So that's the kind of image that the guides are giving me today, that we don't even have to really open our mouth, scream, shout, do anything. We just need to sit back and just let this all unfold. Because the guides reckon it's unfolding, and it's unfolding really well at a nice pace. Like I said, it might be snail pace, but it's at a good pace that these people are getting the real answers and the real truths, and they're starting to see more facts. I'll just hang on, I'll see if there's anything else for us. They're just saying like unfold more deck chairs, because there's going to be more of these people coming over to watch the shit show. So we can start unfolding more deck chairs now over here on Terabella Island. We can make room for more castaways that are finding their strength to stand up as well. So look, I'm going to leave you with that today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll get on this afternoon and do an update. And take care. Don't forget to hit the like buttons, and I will see you in that next video. Bye, everybody. Bye from Australia. Bye.